Antiboo, what's it? Adiboo.
So you guys, you're wondering where Adiboo is, and then suddenly you see Adiboo getting like pushed out the door. And this woman, she's like, "You two, get out of my house!"
I feel like it'd be really tricky to push an adipose. Like bits of it, you'd like mush into it as you went. Like,
I had this image like from the Fresh Prince, which is sort of
it's like Adiboo gets pushed out the door, stumbles forward, and falls. But then rather than get up, the fat just
forms
back up into a standing position.
You're cool.
Who did the widow name as the competition for her husband?
Mr. Cobro.
Cobro.
Shit, we know where he is now.
Hey, there's Bocro, Moto, Cobro.
It's very Pokemon-esque.
Do you think Cobro did actually get the job, but they got their names mixed up because he was Bocro?
That'd be awesome.
I mean, I've never heard them speak. Like,
Bocro.
They speak in single syllables ending with O.
So, are we going to go see Cobro?
Yes.
Cobro, but not Broco.
You didn't get an address for Cobro.
No.
Intern, could you go knock again? No.
Well, I have a lot of charm.
Gibble might have it, no?
They would, from an application form.
Yeah. As good as admin.
Okay, you're going back to the museum?
All the way back to the museum.
Sure.
Okay.
He's probably the neighbour or something.
All the way back to the museum, and it's just like, it's 2 doors down. Gotcha.
Okay, you arrive back to the museum, and when you walk in, you see that there's some contractors in looking at the floor. And Gibble is sweeping the place with a broom. The sarcophagus is no longer on display. It's been tidied away somewhere.
Can we take a look at the scorch mark to see if it is shaped like a Bocro, Togro, Mogro, Wogro,
on the wall?
Jadun?
Okay, do you want to roll your ingenuity and science?
Sure, if I have to. I mean... 10. It could roughly be, you think, maybe. But you wouldn't rule it out, but you think it's far from certain. It's a little bit smaller than him, so maybe, maybe not. Okay, but maybe it's a shrink ray / destroyer.
A time traveling shrink.
You see Connor like,
the story's ruined.
Well, I mean,
just like balls up the whole thing. Well, that's my campaign ruined.
I mean,
it's going to be the end of the 6-part saga.
The campaign of the time traveling king with the shrink ray.
I mean, the closer you get to the
sun, there we go. Exactly.
The closer you get to the speed of light, the shorter distances become. So it could have shrunk.
I think we should go. Adiboo is like piping up again. I think we should go up to. Can we see where the palace is, or wherever the crown, the esteemed monarch lives, because of the other missing costume?
Yeah. Can we get the Cobro's address first, though?
But can I go on a secret mission?
Okay, you can wander off while the rest of these are doing their thing.
Sure.
Okay.
Are you telling us that that's what you're doing, or are you just leaving?
Oh no, I'll tell you.
Okay, well, you're the work experience boy. Are you asking them, or just saying you're going?
I'm asking.
What do you think, Syntax?
That is a high risk endeavor. Do not get yourself in trouble.
I'm very charming. That's my main thing, is that people like me.
If I paid you, I would not pay you.
Okay, you wander outside and hail down a mecha horse and cyber cab that's passing by and head off towards the palace. Okay, the remaining of you.
Cool. I think I'll say I will trail her. I'm going to follow her in another one after.
Awesome.
Okay, you hop into the next one and go off.
Alright, Duncan, we get this girl's
Follow
address.
Adiboo.
Let's get Cobro's address. Cobro's.
Okay. Gibble.
Okay. You've returned. Have you found the stolen artifacts yet?
Almost, Gibble. Have you heard of what's his name, Duncan?
Cobro.
Cobro. Did you interview a Cobro for a security role here?
Let me think. Oh, there were many applicants from that job. Yes, I recognise the name. I believe there were 2 Jadoon who applied.
Yes.
Bokro and Cobro, yes.
Yeah.
Do you have any contact details of this gentleman?
Oh, I can have a look, I suppose.
Yes.
He goes back to his Rolodex out on the reception desk.
Let's smash something.
Tiles.
I also want to find out where he hid like the sarcophagus. It's not on display anymore.
Oh yeah. Last
Oh,
one.
yes, Cobro. He lives not too far from Bokro, a few streets over. He lives on Royal Street, house number 23.
23. Okay. I can also ask, what did you do with the evidence, the giant fake sarcophagus thing?
The false sarcophagus. Oh well, it's a replica. It's a forgery. I simply threw it away.
Where?
Well, into the bins in the alley outside.
Oh, great.
To the bins.
This is when we need the intern. Sorry. Okay, thank you very much, Gibelia.
Okay,
nice guy.
and then you see him going back to the people doing the floor. And he's like, no, the tile should be ocean green. That's forest green.
Do you want to check the alley first?
Yeah, I want to. I don't want to lose that sarcophagus.
Okay, you walk around the side of the building and you find yourself in a sort of thin alley between them. There's sort of a large steel bin there with bits of rubbish in it, but most notably you see the fake sarcophagus just jutting out of it, thrown in.
Do you think we could haul that back to our place?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. If we can flag down one of these mecha carriages and tie that to the top and take it back to the detective agency and to keep it under lock and key.
Yeah.
Because if the thief came... my theory is that that's like a pod or something. That's what the thief used to arrive here.
Yeah.
So he needs to get to it before he leaves.
I agree. Let's take it back to HQ.
Okay, you're carrying it between yourselves. You're not being careful with it anyway, so I'll just let you do that without
Cool,
a
thanks.
strength and coordination roll.
Yeah. I mean, the idea is
Thanks.
to flag a cap down or something, see if we can tie it to the top.
Yeah.
Do you want to both roll me awareness and ingenuity as you're moving it?
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
13 and 19? No, 18, sorry.
18, okay. Well,
6 and 9. No, I only got a 15.
15, okay, well that's enough. As you're lifting it out of the bin is on wheels and it shifts slightly.
Okay.
And Cyrro, as it shifts underneath, you see a tuft of hair sticking out at the bottom.
Clue! Was I gone?
Sort of black hair.
Ooh.
Just there's something underneath it.
Oh! Okay. Okay, Duncan.
Eek.
I see this
Flip it over.
tuft of hair. Yeah. I like drop the sarcophagus like, ooh!
Smash it again.
Yeah. Okay, there's this weird tuft of hair. I'm gonna prod it with just like a stick or something.
I'm sure you can grab something from the bin.
Yeah, and I just prod the furry thing.
Okay, it doesn't move or react.
Can I try
Pull
pull
the hair.
it out?
Yeah, you pull it out and you find like soaking damp because it's kind of been half in a puddle. You see one of the tall black hats that the palace guards would wear.
The plot thickens. Oh god, when we sent a little intern over there.
Sorry, what did it was?
It's one of the tall
said
hats
that.
that would go with a uniform of the palace guard,
Okay.
Oh, is that what it was in the bin or sticking out of the...
sticking out underneath.
Okay. Does someone like try to like pop out? Or?
and that's the only piece of the costume we see?
Yeah,
Ooh, gross.
you guys are getting a cab back to the office.
I'm taking the weird furry hat with me.
Okay, yeah, you're taking the hat with you and getting the cab back to the agency. As you're doing that, the other cab, Adiboo's cab, pulls up outside the palace of the esteemed monarch.
Okay.
This is a very high security area. There are huge walls outside. There are guards on duty. There are watchtowers around the place. Very few, if any, people have actually seen the esteemed monarch in like thousands of years.
Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Who has the jacket still? Do you have the jacket?
Did we take
The burgundy jacket.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you hang on to that? I
think
thought
you
you
were
were just
wearing
checking
it.
the labels.
I love it.
No.
The jacket.
Presumably you left it there.
Yeah, no, I don't have it.
Okay, Grant. Yeah, no, I was just curious.
Well, I suppose I'm from like a noble family,
Yeah.
so I have a bit of not a sense of entitlement, but I sort of know how to talk the talk in relation to like guards and stuff like that.
Yeah, you got your royal relations.
Yeah, so I suppose like I'm just gonna go up and like is there like an entrance way or like obviously
There's a front gate. Yeah, it's a gate. It's about 20 foot high, made of solid steel.
and is there anywhere like the guards
It's bars very tightly meshed on it, so you can just about see the very ornamental gardens inside.
Okay, well I go up to there trying to see if there's a guard or somebody I can talk to like.
Okay, as you are approaching the gate, a guard in a red uniform steps out in front of you. Roll your awareness and knowledge.
10.
10. Okay, the uniform, it's close enough to the one you saw in the museum. Yeah, it looks like the one in the picture. He steps out and just stops you there. Yes? Can I help you, young man?
Yes. I'm doing a project for school, and I was just wondering. I'm trying to do a history about the your uniform, and I was wondering, like, has it changed much in the centuries, or does it stay the same?
Roll your presence and convince, and I'll give you a story point.
Yeah, that's a really good strategy.
Thank you. And am I using my charm? Because I have a skill in that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got 7, 11, 16.
16. Oh yes. Well, from what I know, it's mostly stayed the same for a long time. They've changed the materials and manufacturing, I'm sure. Perhaps you should. You know where you can find out?
Where?
The Museum of Historical Curiosity. Not many people visit it these days, but they have a display on the history of clothing within the city, and you might find what you need to learn there. That would be the perfect place for your project.
And may I ask you another question? Just because I will get extra points for my project if I say that I interviewed a red guard. May I ask you your name?
I'm afraid we're not allowed to distribute our names to members of the public for security reasons.
Oh, and can I ask you another question?
If you must.
Is there any difference between levels of guards? Like, say, somebody who's just joined the job and somebody who's been there and might be in charge of others. Like, is there a way that I can, that I see, like, somebody could look and say, oh, well, I know that person is...
These really are questions you could find better answered at the museum rather than asking me. I am on duty here. I'm afraid
I'm very sorry for taking
questions very long.
No, that was just my last question. I'm sorry for taking up any of your time. You've been very helpful. I'm really appreciative of all the help you've given me. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Aww.
As you turn around, you see Syntax getting out of a carriage.
Okay.
Just across the road.
Cool. I'll just walk over and say to the guard, "This child should not be unattended."
I'm just ruining my cover.
Very good, sir.
And I'll just want to go back to the carriage.
Okay.
Walk back to the carriage.
Okay.
What did you discover?
So I found out that they won't tell me their names and anything else, but that their costumes. Uniforms haven't changed much in centuries, and you did suggest that I go to the actual museum that we've been at, because they have their display, their exhibit on the history of clothing, but that I'd find lots of answers there. But he said that not very many people know about it, so I'm wondering why he knows about it.
There is more information there we missed.
Yeah.
Do you feel you have gained experience in your internship?
Yeah, it was a bit nerve-wracking talking to him by myself, but he seemed nice. I liked him.
It was a high-risk endeavour. You are gaining experience. Shall we return?
Okay.
You're returning back to the office?
I don't know. Will we go? Do you want to go back
Or
to
are
the
you going
museum?
back
I don't
to
mind.
the guy or the museum? Where
I
were you?
think we should go
That's
back.
not in character. I'm not.
No.
Sure, whatever you like. That's no bother at all.
I think we should go back to the museum and see if we can find any information about it, because he wasn't going to tell me because he's on duty, and while I have a lot of charm and I'm generally amenable, like amiable, he's not going to. He didn't seem like he was going to talk to me, and I don't want to like push my luck. So maybe the curator would know some information about that he could have told us more about, and they can find out what rank that per guard might have been.
So you hail down a carriage and head back to the museum
This
again.
is hilarious. We're the most efficient detectives in the world.
Well, we're following where the information leads.
That's true. Yeah, we're getting there.
The other two have
Pivot! Trying to get to the door.
they've just arrived back at the office and have
Still just trying to carry it.
and are unloading the sarcophagus from the back.
What was the deal with the hair?
I might keep that.
The
I might keep that.
carriage. Oh yeah.
Can I keep that in my inventory? Gross
Sure.
as it is.
Yeah, it's it looks like the hat that might have gone with the uniform, the missing uniform.
Okay.
What if I were talking to an imposter guard and that's how he knew
Was
that there
he
was...
wearing a hat?
Well, you aren't here to know about the hat.
We'll have to go.
But he was wearing a hat.
Okay, so he was not the imposter.
Cool. All right.
Okay. Oh, so we'll put the sarcophagus back, and then we're meant to go to the other guy's house, aren't we?
Okay, so you put the sarcophagus.
Put it in a
in
room
the
locked,
office.
like the most secure room in the whole of the office.
A padlock.
Padlocks and like chairs against the sides.
Are we able to like call each other and communicate with each other?
No, you don't have a long distance communication thing. Unless
I was going to get telepathy, but then I thought, no, that's just cheating.
Yeah, you'd have to like send a messenger or something.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can
Curse
send
Robo
one
Victoria.
cab to here and then one cab there. Bo Crow. Crowbro.
Okay, so you're heading for Cobros. All right. As you hop back into the carriage then and head off after locking up the office. Along the way, does someone want to roll awareness and ingenuity? Both of you can roll.
Awareness and ingenuity.
14.
10 plus 3 plus 16.
16. Okay.
17, sorry.
17. As you are riding along in the carriage, just suddenly passing by, Duncan, you happen to glance out and see someone walk past carrying what looks like a sort of golden crown just in front of them, admiring it.
Stop the carriage!
Carriage, disengaging, motion. The carriage stops moving. The door opens and little stairs descend out the side.
Awesome.
Cute.
I tell. Sorry.
That was the horse talking, by the way.
Yeah. That guy has a golden crown in his hands. Seems to be the one for the museum.
Let's get him.
Let's get him.